I felt like I was watching Sam Jones thinking, I've been there. You know, Frampton Quigg, I felt like I was like Sam Jones in Belfast, obviously better looking and a lot more talented.
This is Jonathan Agger, 5th Pro Boxing Fans here in Edinburgh for the first press conference for the rematch between Taylor and Catterall, April 27th on DAZN. Eddie Hearn, that was chaos. What a press conference.
Yeah, I mean, just felt like the old days, didn't it? You know, Hay Bellew, Frampton Quigg particularly, Froch Groves. That's what we live for. And it's what we've been missing, to be honest with you, I feel, from British boxing. You've seen a lot of big fights going abroad, and it was really important. And shout out to DAZN as well. Free for subscribers for this, no pay-per-view. This is exactly what we want to be delivering for DAZN subscribers, but it's exactly what we need to deliver for British boxing, because we need fights like this, and this fight is going to be epic. And it was a great presser, lively head-to-head. On to Manchester we go tomorrow.
Just on the head-to-head, it kicked off immediately. Catterall appeared to sort of grab Taylor and things like that. What did you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the security were excellent. No one really laid a hand on anyone of major note. The fight is called Hate Runs Deep, and a couple of journalists have said to me today, do you think hate's a strong word? I'm like, mate, it's the fight game. They hate each other. And you saw that because Josh Taylor probably wanted to keep cool today, but as soon as he came face to face with Jack Catterall, he couldn't help himself. Neither guy could. And we do have to respect that tomorrow in Manchester, but at the same time, let's not ruin, we don't want to ruin the fight, but let's not ruin the moment. Let's not ruin the drama. Let's not take away the narrative, the theatre of a great British grudge match. And this is what we got, April 27th.
Did anyone win that press conference, in your opinion? Or was it because it's in Scotland, sort of favoured tech?
Sam Jones, I felt like I was watching Sam Jones thinking, I've been there. You know, Frampton Quigg, I felt like I was like Sam Jones in Belfast, obviously better looking and a lot more talented. Joke, I mean, well, not a joke, but obviously we love Sam. And it's what you want. Sam Jones is great for boxing. A lot of people will look at Sam Jones, they'll be calling him names or whatever. He does a great job. He's done a great job on this fight. He helps build the fight. You need characters. Yeah, all the world's a stage, Shakespeare said, and that's that. We're all characters. But I'm just buzzing for this fight. Matchroom Fight Pass Wednesday, General Sale Friday. How good to have a real all-British classic on our hands.
Do you think you'll get a Josh Taylor more motivated than before? I mean, not taking anything away from Jack, but he did come off the undisputed and things like that. What Josh Taylor are we getting this time?
You're going to get the best Josh Taylor that he can be. Is that the same Josh Taylor of 2 or 3 years ago? I think he underperformed in the Catterall first fight. But, you know, I also thought Jack won the fight. But I know that when Josh Taylor goes back to camp, he's going to be so dedicated and driven to beat Jack Catterall. And I know Jack's coming with everything for this fight. You know, he said he's going to be aggressive. He said he's going to knock him out. He dropped Josh Taylor in the first fight. You're going to see a great fight this time. Last time it was technical, it was cagey. Not this time. There's too much on the line.
Josh Taylor's a big name. You've got a lot of 140-pounders that probably want to fight him, but 2 straight losses. What happens to him if he loses?
I think potentially career over. You know, I know he can move to 47, but also for Jack, like, if you lose this fight, you ain't fighting for a world title. So what are you going to do, have a comeback fight? Like, you must win this fight. There's potentially more on the line in this fight than there was in the last fight, and that had the Undisputed Championship. So, you know, like I said, both guys desperate to win.
Does this kind of show that belts aren't the be-all and end-all?
Exactly. You know, I mean, look, I think the governing bodies do a great job, but sometimes you get a fight that's so big you don't need belts. I mean, Gervonta Davis against Ryan Garcia, same, no belt, huge fight. One of the biggest pay-per-view fights we've seen recently. And again, this is going to do massive numbers, no belt on the line.
We probably expect to sell out in Leeds, but it's not pay-per-view, so did the fighters have to take a cut, or how did this work?
DAZN had to pay up. So thank you, because, you know, there was a time I was pretty honest in the build-up to this fight. The fighters are getting pay-per-view money. DAZN said we've got a lot of pay-per-views. We've got Fury against Usyk coming up. We've got Joshua against Ngannou. We've got Haney against Garcia pay-per-view in America. We want to provide value for subscribers. This is the kind of fight that we should be giving to subscribers, non-pay-per-view. And that's what we were trying to do. But then Sky came in, made a massive offer to do the fight on pay-per-view, and DAZN had to step up. So thank you, because it was important to me to get this fight and important for DAZN.
Just away from this, has Tank Davis accepted your offer for Conor Benn?
No, not yet. No. We'll see where that goes. There's a lot of movement on Conor Benn. There is probably 5 fights at the moment for Conor Benn, and I'm not going to go into them, that are approaching contractual stage. Obviously, we had the hearing last week. A couple of weeks, that should all be resolved, and then we'll decide where we're going to fight. But I want to see him fight in the UK next, and it is going to be a massive fight.
I know you can't give names, but I have to ask you, Danny Garcia called out Ben. Is that someone you're in talks with?
Yeah. Not major talks, but Danny Garcia reached out to our team to talk to me direct, and I'll be talking to him this week. I love the fight with Danny Garcia, USA or UK, but like I said, 4 or 5 names, and he's definitely in the mix.
Thoughts on Miritsi Silliman wanting 5 judges for Fury Usyk?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like. By the way, I really like WBC's open scoring, 4 and 8 rounds, and I quite like the video replay stuff of certain incidents, but I don't like more judges. I don't for decisions. We've got to rely on these judges, like it or not. We've got to make sure they're good enough, and I don't want to slow it down. I don't mind. I mean, Usyk Dubois is probably the best example of a video replay that would have worked well, but sometimes it slows the sport down. So
Simon Jordan's come out saying, why can't Fury take criticism and questions and things like that? Do you think he's got a point, or is he,
I mean, look, we live in a world of criticism. People who criticise could rarely walk the paths of those they criticise, but doesn't mean you're not allowed your opinion. I don't think Fury takes criticism particularly well, but he also is arguably, he is the #1 heavyweight in the world at the moment, so he should get the credit and respect that he deserves for his achievements. But we also live in a mad world where everyone wants to take shots and have pop, and TalkSport are making a business out of being controversial and through criticism.
Joshua Ngannou, Sky Box Office and DAZN in the UK, is that right?
DAZN are the host broadcaster. We do all the production, we own the global rights, and that's also been distributed to Sky Sports in the UK.
So, because there's a bit of confusion, can people purchase it on DAZN here?
Correct, yeah.
Just a couple more. Taylor-Cameron free, any update with that?
No, we're planning Katie Taylor's next fight. Looks like May in Dublin. Our preference is Chantel Cameron. The numbers have got to work. If not, it'll be another opponent. Maybe we'll run Chantel out and get her another fight before she fights Katie Taylor again. That fight's inevitable, but Katie Taylor will definitely fight in May.
2 more. Sonny Edwards, Non-Shinga.
Love the fight. I thought Non-Shinga was outstanding at the weekend. I loved the fight in Oaxaca. It was an amazing show. Sonny wants to try and become obviously a world champion again, and what a fight to do it. I'd love to make it.
And Matthias, any latest with him?
Just looking at his opponent now, for me, that's one of the signings of the year. Subriel Matthias is a fucking animal. An animal. And we want to bring him home to Puerto Rico if we can. And it'll be a defence around May or June.
Just finally, Saturday night, you're on Orlando with the Edgar Berlanga McCrory. Is it 50-50?
I mean, on paper, you have to go for Edgar Berlanga, but the amount of people in boxing, I mean, obviously, Jamie and Michael Conlon, who represent Poddy, they think it's nailed on he knocks out Edgar Berlanga. It's going to be an absolute war. 2 huge punches. Don't miss it this Saturday live on DAZN.
I appreciate it.